It's like just barely there.
This is, go buy it.
Whenever I've used this, I wake up like,
oh my God, I was so skeptical going in and I tried, I was like, yes, why is my face twitching? But wow, it feels so loose. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode, and today we've rounded up some of the newest launches that came out actually over the last 1 or 2 months, because we really wanted to give it some time, try it out. So now we're going to share with you guys our thoughts on everything from these like lip products. There's Summer Fridays, there's the Sioris one,
and the Paula's Choice. And for skincare products, we have some from Tatcha, a skincare device, Glow Recipes' new Guava serum.
Oh my, yes.
A bunch of stuff from Caudalie, Peach and Lilies, and a drying patch from Badescu. I'm actually very interested in hearing Fel's thoughts because she has been sharing more recently that before where she would dry out her
with the drying lotion
blemishes. Now she just kind of lets it run its course. So.
Yeah. And then at the end, we're gonna do a live unboxing on some of the newest like packages that we got sent, so you guys know how it kind of feels, what's coming up, and then we'll give, I guess, just some first impressions maybe. Yeah. So because there's a lot to get through, let's just get into it. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and join Ro and I on our skincare and just life journey. Thumbs up for this video if you'd like to see more of these kind of product reviews. So let's do it.
Let's start with something that just consistently, time over time, they just come out with some of the most interesting products. Glow Recipe with their Guava Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum. So before we get into talking about any of this, because it really just is a vitamin C serum, let me just share with you the sensorial experience.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say, let me just share with you that there's a gummy bear on the cap.
Okay, so to be fair, before we started, Fel was like, I wonder how many people are gonna notice these gummy bears on top of our products. And I'm like, okay, cool. She starts biting them in half and sticking them on these skincare products. So why do you need to bite them in half? They can just sit on there. So it's because they're gonna stick better.
Hush, hush, child. Okay, anyway, back to the sensorial experience.
I think this is actually what Glow Recipe has nailed, just the sensorial experience. And the color.
Oh, whoa.
The texture.
Wow, this is the most
scent.
Vibrant the color has been. It doesn't actually smell like anything. Well, because it is fragrance free. I think I'm smelling the gummy bear.
Oh yeah. And this one is the guava seed oil, which has natural sources antioxidants and apparently vitamin C, as well as 4 different types of water-soluble vitamin C and 1 type of oil-soluble vitamin C.
So let's break this down. This is $45. It says it is designed to brighten and even the skin tone. And when you look at like the 5 sources of vitamin C, 4 are water soluble and 1 is oil soluble. Remember when we were talking to like the Ordinary formulator, Prithvi, he was saying like different carriers, whether it's oil carrying the vitamin C or water carrying the vitamin C, it will affect how your skin absorbs it and therefore how the effectiveness is. So I feel like the fact that they also micro-encapsulated some of the water-soluble vitamin C derivatives is so awesome. Like there's really good studies to show that it is effective like L-ascorbic without giving irritation because it is a derivative. And then it's also got really great skin brightening ingredients that I'm actually shook, like tranexamic acid and ferulic.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, they really hit the nail on the head. Like in terms of what you were saying, the first impression, the color is beautiful and there's no like added color or anything.
I feel like the thing with Glow Recipe, they just know how to formulate their serums even if it's with an active like vitamin C. If you imagine the plump hyaluronic acid, it's like that but like packed with vitamin C, and just that like it's so hydrating, it's so like beautifully applied, it absorbs so nicely into your skin, plus the fact that it has like all of these different vitamin C's. I think
It's so exciting. Would you say this is a hit or miss?
Because, okay, if you usually think about where vitamin C serums sit, the more affordable ones are still around like the 20-30 range. The really expensive one can get like beyond the hundreds, right? So I feel like for this, at 45, it is a bit steeper. There's still, you know, my go-to would be the Neogen vitamin C 20%. That's amazing. There's also Vichy's for around like, I think that's also
20,
under
30,
30.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think if you want something like no frills, you just want vitamin C, you want it to do what it does, those are great. If you want a little bit more of an elevation to like be able to smell yourself like you're at a tropical getaway and have that experience, then I think the $45 could be worth it.
I would definitely say, even though I haven't used it, this is, a hit. Because it falls into that sweet spot price point. That's not too much, not too little, and the texture is beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, next, a brand that we haven't talked about for quite a while now, since our like OG kind of
Most
hype
hyped
days.
reviews, yeah.
This is the Herbivore Aquarius Pore Purifying Clarity Cream. So Ro got this as part of her Sephora perks because it was one of them and was like, well, one, it's Aquarius, and it's a BHA cream. My first impression was that it's actually quite thick and a little bit like slippery, like greasy feeling. So a little bit actually goes a really long way. So before I get into like, you know, the longer term effects of it, the blue comes from the blue tansy, which I feel like Herbivore really loves using.
Classic Herbivore.
Yeah. And then there's also willow bark, witch hazel, squalane. There's also a little bit of green tea extract and probiotics. And it's also got a little bit of zinc PCA. And zinc is often paired with things like niacinamide, like the ordinary serums, to really help control acne. But what's interesting about this is it doesn't have salicylic acid. It has the willow bark, which is the kind of like natural form of BHA.
I actually thought this was a gel cream.
Yeah, I just assumed it was too.
It's like an actual cream. So do you think this is something that you may gravitate towards more in their wintertime, or you're just not into it?
I think I would definitely use this in the winter, but for $44 for a moisturizer that supposedly has BHA, I just don't feel personally that BHA does much by this stage of the skincare routine. So I wouldn't be banking all my hopes on helping even out my acne and, you know, hyperpigmentation in the moisturizing. So I would probably personally just opt for a more affordable moisturizer.
All right, so here we have a gummy bear. Think. This is Tatcha's new Indigo Overnight Repair, and this is Wishful's Honey Whip Peptide Moisturizer.
So this one's 43, that one's 88. Ding!
What got me really into this is like the overnight repairing aspect and the fact that it's like a pretty thick cream. So with this specific cream, I will say that there's like very standard ingredients that you would want in an overnight repair cream. Ceramides, great for skin, you know, they're the building block of the skin. Hyaluronic acid is great. There is also mondo grass, which is for balancing skin microbiome, and Japanese indigo, which helps soothe dry skin. And I feel like if you want a dense overnight moisturizer, this is your friend, girl. Similar to Fel and her experience with the Herbivore, I think because it is so hot still right now, whenever I've used this, I wake up like like I'm stuck to the different like crevices of my pillow.
Even as I was putting on my hand, although it's beautiful, it's like, dang, that's really something. Another interesting thing is that it's a serum in cream treatment, it says. Yeah, I feel like the addition of the mondo grass, which is for a balancing of skin microbiome, what this really speaks of doing is really just to strengthen the skin barrier. There are like so many other moisturizers that you could use to also achieve that. But I feel like when it comes to Tatcha, I willingly will buy into the brand because they're so like, I don't know, they're just so intentional with everything that they do, but it does come with the price tag. And I'm also questioning, how often are you gonna use an overnight cream, you know?
You could use it every night. And I think it's like, especially with products like this, with ceramides and hyaluronic acid, and they're meant to help rebuild your skin barrier, the more you use it, the better. And I feel like if you do use something like this that is a serum in cream, you can wash your face You can even not
One
tone
step.
and then just go into this.
Yeah.
Although this is 88, I think, to me, I can justify getting something like this if I know I'm skipping other steps. And if it's in my routine in place of like a bunch of other things. It's kind of like the Ven, right? That's how I justify using the Ven. Nice to have.
Yeah. Ask yourself the cost per use.
Yeah.
Because if you look under here, it also says it's good for 6 months. So if you're not going to use this enough within 6 months, maybe give it a pass, you know? So moving on to Wishful.
Wishful's Honey Whip Peptide Moisturizer. I think this is the season where it's like Rowena's just so happy getting packages. A lot of thicker creams have been coming out, which I'm really excited for because summer was like, you know, all gel moisturizers and everything. So for this one, wow, it is very reminiscent of something that we've used just because there's so many honey products, but the texture, I would say, is definitely like lighter than the Tatcha.
Yeah.
Like it still holds its weight. Like it's still quite dense in the way that I like it, but it's also a bit watery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like, it's not what I would think of as your dense whip.
No.
Yeah, like a drunk elephant, Omega from Paula's Choice. Like that is a velvet whip. This is a lightweight whip.
So in here, the main ingredients, of course, is the honey. They have Manuka honey as well as peptides and collagen for just overall plumping of the skin. And there's also seed oils, argan oil, as well as shea butter, which gives it that like thicker, more like protected feel. I feel like these days, if you want to get a moisturizer that does the job, it feels good, the texture is nice, there's decent ingredients in there, there's no shortage of moisturizers out there. So I feel like at 43, I want like a little more, like a little oomph.
So moving on, we have 4 different lip products. Lip products are awesome.
They are.
So Sioris, you guys know we love to death. It was one of the first brands that we stocked on our Beauty Within shop for that specific reason.
Yeah.
So they came out with their first lip product. This is the More Than Lip Balm. Lip balm. So in this tube, there's literally 12 ingredients. And we know Sioris as, you know, organic and natural in the best way possible. Like no frills, it truly is. They make sure there's no pesticides when it comes to even raising any of the ingredients and the oils that are formulated in here.
When it comes to lip products these days, my expectations are very low because a lot of them, it's like it applies beautifully, but then within 30 minutes, it's gone and you need to reapply it. And I can't even count how many products are like that. But for this one, it truly is more than a lip balm. You apply it, hours later, it's still there. Why? Because there's so many different oils. It's amazing.
And that's a lot coming from her because her lips are perpetually parched.
Yes.
But you're right.
Yeah.
It's like the just right consistency.
And the thing is, you guys are gonna be like, oh, then it must be super thick because there's all these oils and it lasts forever. No. It's like, if you imagine, it's like a chapstick. It really does apply like a chapstick. It's like just barely there. It's enough that you feel like, oh, my lip is moisturized,
Nourished.
it is nourished, it is protected, but it's not like a lip gloss where you're like,
yeah, it's not shiny, it's not tugging and dry. You know how some of them are too beeswaxy? There is beeswax in here to create that solidity, but it's not like dragging, it's not shiny. Just right, guys. Just right.
we're working on stocking this on our shop.
Yes, this is, go buy it. So moving on, our girl Paula. So she came out with the hyaluronic acid and peptide lip booster with squalane. This has the metal tip and this is beautiful. I love applying it.
A little dough.
Yeah. So this one is interesting because it has actually encapsulated like technology in there. So there is that hyaluronic acid being released into super dry lips. I personally don't need something like this. This is just like a gloss to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Other than the fact that, you know, if I use like kind of a matte lip product and I want a little bit of shine, but for
looks
daily
beautiful.
use, don't need it.
Yeah.
How about you?
I love this. This actually came super highly recommended by one of our teammates, where she was like, Fel, Ro, you have to try this. This is new. Like, she got it before we even got the PR package.
Yeah.
And the way that she describes it, it's like it literally nourishes the depths of your lips overnight to the point that when you wake up in the morning, like it's still nourished and it's still intact. A lot of times when I wear like the Fresh or even like the Tatcha Kisu, the little bento lip.
That one's off in 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's like, you put it on, it's beautiful. You're like, wow, sensorial, great. But then it just disappears.
Go on. Price tag.
This is $10.80 on YesStyle, so it's probably, I don't know, rounded up 12. This is $29. So guys, I would just say, in my humblest opinion, just go for this. If you want like daily nourishment, this is great.
So then we have the ones from Summer Fridays.
So these ones, I would say, is a little bit closer to the lip booster from Paula's Choice, where it's a little thicker. They have one that is neutral color, like no color. And then there's this one that is
It's like
vanilla beige. This is the thing that I have on right now. Let me put a little more on.
So these are both $22. I don't know. I just personally wouldn't pay $22 for it because I never use it all.
Yeah.
And I think like, even though this is tinted, it doesn't give me enough tint. Like my lips are a shade where like this doesn't make much of a difference. Maybe for you, it like gave you a little bit of this more caramelly look.
Yeah.
Let's break it up with a little pimple patch.
And a skincare device.
And a skincare device. Okay, so Mario Badescu came out with their drying patches. I actually feel like they should change the name, although I understand why they say drying patch because they have the drying lotion, which was their like biggest product that everyone used. Love it.
Is this just a pimple sticker?
It's a pimple sticker and more. Okay, so what you need to know about like pimple patches is that
Tell me.
yeah, it's just a hydrocolloid patch, right? So some of them are just literally a sticker that creates a barrier so that you don't get bacteria and stuff mixed in with the actual pimple, right? And you can think of CosRx, you know, the black packaging, the red packaging, it does its job. But some of them, like Peace Out or even Mario Badescu, these ones have a little bit of active ingredients in it. And this contains vitamin C, a little bit of tea tree, it's got hyaluronic acid. So all of those together, like, first of all, those are the best ingredients for hyperpigmentation, for helping calm, you know, inflammation, for helping with active breakouts, and they're literally all working together while it's just sitting prettily on your face. You can't even see it.
Wow, amazing.
And I love the thickness of it.
Is it thin?
Yeah, it's thin
super
enough.
thin.
Yeah, where you can just wear it and no one will know. And I feel like this is way better than the drying lotion now because, yeah, it's just less drying. If you can't tell, it is a hit. It's a hit!
It's a hit. Moving on to Medicube's HR device. So this is something that we both have. There's slim, there's up, and there's body for like the different parts of your body to use. And then there's also like different levels of intensity that you can choose. Okay, the first time I used this, I was like, why is my face twitching?
It is! It's like...
Yeah. I'm like, oh, wait, maybe it's like microcurrent technology. And I read, I was like, oh, yes, it is that, it is that. So this is a booster gel that helps it so that it's
The
not
currents.
just tugging your skin. And I don't know, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so like normally I'm really skeptical about devices, if it's LED especially. Like I just don't feel like LED at home device is really gonna give you the effects that you envision it will, right? So this falls into the category of a high-end kind of like almost jade roller, reefer roller, where it's there to loosen the muscles on the face because we have a lot that we don't use. And if we clench our jaw, maybe it's a little bit tight like you do, right? Like we had the facial. But this is great. Oh my God, I was so skeptical going in and I tried, I was like, yes, why is my face twitching? But wow, it feels so loose. And then I tried it on like my shoulder, I put it on my leg, and 1 is the most you will go for your face because you don't want to like go more than that. They even say it's like a safety thing. And then the 3 and 4s are for the body because like, you know, your legs can take more. But like truly it was so weird. Oh my God, it was so weird. But this and the Forea are probably the only 2 devices I would say are worth it. more than like comparing this, because you know ergonomically it's doing the same thing as like the Reefer, right? Which we've also used, and it does tug at the muscles to kind of like massage it in a way. But I feel like with the addition of the microcurrent and the way it's actually, we'll put the videos online about what it's actually doing under the skin to kind of like make your muscles react in a way that loosens it. I feel like this is actually way more effective than the Reefer roller, which is basically the same price. This is $300 and there's a sale right now for $250. And that's the one gripe I have with Reefer, is that it looks luxurious, it makes you feel luxurious.
Remember when I felt it, I was like, wait, it feels plastic.
But it's light.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you just feel like, is my money, like where's my money going? But here, there's actually tech. You feel like
it's dense.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
It's doing its job. I don't know. This surprised me.
I feel like after using this, my skin does feel tighter. It's like more relaxed, but at the same time, it's just more like toned. More like.
So I was trying to think like theoretically, would this really work? And I think like, yes, if it's able to almost ignite the dormant muscles in your face, it's almost like working out, right? When you work out, you're kind of working out the muscles so that it will be more like plump, it will look bigger, it will look rounder. And therefore, like, I know it's not the same on the face, we're not like clenching, and it is there more of as a relaxation and that kind of thing. But I think it will. But what not to get it confused with being able to do is being able to like completely change your face shape or, you know, turn back the years of aging, which is what actually annoys me about any type of marketing. It can't do that, but it will make you feel good. Like this actually makes you feel good. It's also backed up with some studies, which we'll link below.
And then also with devices, it's something that like instructions, directions, definitely read it. Especially for something like this, there's like a way to do it that, the first time I did it, I went down. I'm like, oh, that didn't feel good. So, okay, I know. I know now. Just,
There was a learning curve with this. Oh my God, I was like, I can't do it. I, like psyching myself out.
How does it like...
And then my eye would be Okay, so speaking about kind of like body, the Peach and Lily came out with their first body product. Yay! So this is the KP Bump Boss Microderm Body Scrub. I actually have used a lot of these body type scrubs before. This is the First Aid Beauty, also KP Bump Eraser Body Scrub, also with 10% AHAs. Also for sensitive skin. So these were like, this came to mind. And so when I first used this, I was like, okay, this is far superior to this, because my gripe with this is it was almost like cement on my skin.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was really like scrubby. And I think if you didn't have tough skin, it would just kind of like hurt a little bit. This is more like a sugar scrub where, you know, remember the Tatcha scrub for the face? It's kind of like that. It's got enough of like the oils and other, where it's much more
Is it like
fine.
the fresh strawberry?
I think because it's for the body, it's still a little bit firmer than the fresh. But yeah, by far, this is way more enjoyable to use in the shower. So it's got 7% glycolic acid and 3% lactic acid. And glycolic is great for obviously loosening the dead skin and really being able to like slough away the dead skin so that it can reveal bright, shiny skin. And lactic acid also does the same thing in a gentler capacity, but it actually also helps with hydration. So that's what lactic acid is great for. And the cool thing is it doesn't lather to become like bubbly or anything, but it does give you just enough where it's able to actually move through your body. The other ones I've tried are just way too dense, and I think that threw me off for a long time. So even when I like got this, I had like reservations about it because I was like, oh, it's another one of these
touched it
body
yet
scrubs.
either.
Yeah. I don't know if you have super sensitive skin, if you really enjoy this, but it is designed for KP, so
Yeah.
keratosis pilaris. And the reason why we get that like on the arms and stuff is
Which
it's
is just like the little bumps.
Chicken
or,
bumps.
Like chicken skin looking bumps.
yeah, like far away you can't even
Yeah.
see. And for those of you who have it, like just don't worry about it too much. I know it's more of like our own kind of mental barriers, but no one notices. But what it is a keratin plug. It's like the pore is plugged with an excess of keratin, and so you want to break that down, and that's what the AHA does.
So this is inspired by the Korean bath scrubs. Do you know much about that?
I don't know if I actually got that,
The
but it
actual-
was
okay.
just a full-on rub down.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you basically come out like a steamed chicken, like you're raw.
Fresh baby
Yeah.
chicken.
And like there's different types, I think, but all the dead skin is off. What I really love is that it's got a concoction of all the ingredients that we
I
love.
was just gonna say there's barley, mugwort, sika, cucumber, squalane, tea extracts. So I think, yeah, just peach and lilies, you can't go wrong with their formulations.
Yeah.
Like Alicia knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Especially for something that's like a physical exfoliant, they'll definitely put in a lot of more soothing, calming ingredients.
Yeah.
$28.
$28 for body product is okay.
I think you do get a lot. Like this is huge.
Yeah. I feel like if your legs are really scaly and if you have ingrown hairs on your legs, which I also have, if you have the chicken bumps, then yeah, you should definitely try this because it's designed for sensitive skin, which I like.
All right, the last in our lineup is Caudalie.
Caudalie. This is the Caudalie's, like, I guess, newest additions or the lines. The first is this green one, which is their Vinopure. Yes. And then there's the pink one, which is the Vinosource-Hydra. So let's start off with the cleanser and the serum. They also have a toner, which I didn't bring.
Probably a cleanser too. I think it was like a foaming cleanser.
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've been using both cleansers, and I love both cleansers. Oh my God, I would highly recommend using, look at this one. It's like,
Textures, I use this. It's so nice.
it's like if you were to squeeze a green grape,
yeah.
and the texture is like that. It's so nice. And it has natural salicylic acid, and I love everything about Caudalie is centered around the polysaccharides of grape, right? So grape water, grapeseed oils, and things like that. So yes, I would say the cleanser is really great, but when it comes to the battle of the serums, this is where I was like, yeah, I actually enjoy this one more. Even though this is designed for oily, acne prone, because it's got the natural source of salicylic acid. It's also got essential oils to help balance oily skin, as well as grape water. But the consistency is,
It's like water.
it is, but it leaves an oily feeling. Because it's actually got a lot of different oils in it. And it's also got a little bit of peppermint. It makes me feel, it's like very refreshing. It helps to balance. But this one is like silky smooth, and it absorbs way faster into the skin without leaving the oily feeling.
I really like the serum. I have my
Yeah.
thoughts about the moisturizer, but the serums I love. Okay, so I will say, when I first used the cleanser, I was like, oh my God, it's so minty. I haven't like experienced like something like this in so long. But then I just realized it's the same refreshing feeling as their spray, as the beauty elixir. I think that's what Caudalie's like known for and like what got them on the map. The Vinosource-Hydra reminds me of the, did they rebrand it? Is that rebranded as this?
I don't know. I have that one at home too. It's a different bottle. It's like the glass, shiny
I think
glass
it's,
one.
I think they, oh, yeah. This is the old one. This one.
Yeah.
Oh.
They rebranded it.
This one is rebranded.
So I think out of these two, I actually prefer if you're oily combo, and you actually prefer this one too.
Well, I really liked the old version of this. I haven't tried this one yet.
Oh.
I really like the cleanser. I use the toner. I really enjoy the toner.
Yeah.
And then between these two, I actually really like the serum. I feel like the moisturizer is something that just very personal preference. I'm sure it's a beautiful, you know, well-formulated moisturizer. It just leaves that white streak for like, I
Did
don't
we
know.
get the same one? Because there's
Half
a
a
gel cream and there's the rich one.
I have the rich one. You have the gel cream?
I have the gel cream. Yeah, because I love this moisturizer. So maybe that one is like thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't get confused. There are two different versions of this pink one. This is the grape water gel moisturizer, and it is freaking beautiful. Like you'll see after our 1 week challenge of not using any, my SOS skincare routine, I was using this. It really just like healed my skin. I feel like it was the perfect consistency. It was like beautiful gel water cream, like perfect consistency. And yeah, I've been using it like a lot throughout this summer, and I look forward to it. So I would say this pink line is like a hit. And then within the skin perfecting line, yeah, the spray is really good, the cleanser is really good, the foam and the gel. So love Caudalie. Wow, we should get someone from Caudalie to tell us more about their grape extraction process. And yes, actually one of the guys who came to our very first meetup now works for Caudalie at Sephora. Yeah, so maybe hit us up. Give us some ghosts. So that's it.
Unboxing time.
Oh my gosh.
Before we leave, we should unbox as we talk about what we learned this week.
Oh, okay.
So just to give you guys a little bit of a preview of what's to come, we have a bunch of new products from some by me that we're trying and seeing what we want to stock in our store. There's a bunch of pore purifying masks that we got, which I'm super excited to dig into. And then they also have like a new matcha line, snail, honey. This one's like the matcha pore tightening serum. Oh, they also have shampoo.
Oh my.
Anti-hair loss, like Sika filled shampoo.
You do know Some by Me is one of like ultimate favorite K-beauty brands because of their AHA, BHA, PHA toner and serum, which we have on the shop. The fact that they came out with all these new lines is super exciting, and it's this one as well as others, which we'll give you the lowdown on. This first box we have is from GoTo. They have a oh my god, okay, it's the Much Brighter Skin Vitamin C Kakadu Plum and Niacinamide. What is this though? Is it a serum? They have a new product!
Aww.
Zoe! Love Zoe. Guys, check out everything GoTo. A daily dose of radiance.
Whoa.
Ooh. Ooh. So there's that one, which we'll be giving our thoughts on.
And then this is a new brand, Nori, yes. And they have a new product, the Vital Repairing Serum. A repair serum.
What's in it?
Antioxidant complex.
Fragrance free. Ooh, it's nice and lightweight.
Yep.
Okay, so there's that. And then Innisfree. This is from their Volcano line. Oh my god, there's popcorn. The pore clearing clay mask has been around for a really long time. They have a pore clearing toner with volcanic cluster. They have the clay, which has been around, and then they have a mattifying moisturizer.
Cute. And this is Jeju Island. So cute.
So cute.
I want to go back.
We know a lot of you guys also really love Innisfree. Oh my god, look at this moisturizer. This is so smooth. What the heck?
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa. More on this next time. This is something to look forward to in our next video. If there's anything you want us to try, leave it below.
Yes.
What were you thinking about this week?
Oh,
What did
have
you learn
learned
this week?
I'm
I'm watching a new K-drama called Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. And it's like the most wholesome, cute, like it's one of those dramas that's like so simple, but in its simplicity, it's like so good. Yeah, there's like so many layers to it, of like an uptight dentist who like goes to visit this little seaside town because like her mom, she went on a vacation when she was younger with her mom, and her mom ended up passing away. Anyway, that's like her safe space. She goes there, she ends up opening a dentist shop there because she's a dentist, and she like meets the town people. She's first like, oh my god, like everything here is like in the countryside, and like I'm from Seoul. But the more people she meets, the more it softens her up. And then she meets this guy, of course, who like just does everything. He literally does everything you can think of. He has a license for real estate, he has a license for plumbing, he has a license for fishing. He like literally can do do anything in town. And he'll be like a barista one night, and he'll work at like the Jinjilbang, like the spa at night, right? And the thing is about this guy is that he works when he works, and he just like rests when he rests. The quote is just, learn from Chief Hong kids, take your rest day as seriously as you take your work days. And then like another like little tweet meme thing that I saw is this woman tweeted how like, I've learned over time that I want to either be 100% working or 100% resting, because checking my phone when I'm out with my friends makes it less enjoyable, just like how if I'm distracted while working, it makes the work not as efficient. Yeah, it's just a long way of saying it's a good reminder. Just like in his extreme case. Yeah. We'll see you in the next episode.